My name is Dominic Alancha. I'm from Benue State, from Okpoku local government to be precise. I'm an Okpoga man from Adiga in Okpoku local in Okpoku district, that's Okpoga South. I am an entrepreneur, a politician, and a social scientist by profession. I mean, by way of reading, being a sociologist from the University of Abuja. And I'm a married man. Currently, I work with the Deputy Speaker as his SA Special Assistant on Youth and Civil Society Organizations. A patriot, a patriotic Nigeria who believes in a greater and a better Nigeria. And I believe that I'm playing my role, I'm doing my best to ensure that we engender the progressive governance in the nation. Like the popular saying goes, that we are all political animals. I actually began to develop interest in politics as a result of certain passions I have. I'm at variance with injustice, I'm at variance with bad governance. I'm a lover of good governance. When I see injustice, it pains me. My heart bleeds for injustice and stuff like that. So that's where the passion began. I began to develop the passion to go into politics and better the life of citizens, contribute my quota in bettering or uplifting the lives of humanity. So my venture into politics actually started in 1999. In 1999, I was a member of APP. From APP, translated to AMPP. And then around 2010, 2011, we moved to CPC, where I actively participated in Nasarawa State, and we were able to work and install His Excellency Governor Tanko Almakura in Nasarawa State. From there, I moved to my state, Benue State, because I believe that charity begins at home. To begin to make also to my contribution, to begin to contribute to the grassroots politics in Benue State by way of mobilizing the people, conscientizing them, sensitizing them on the need to vote for a credible candidate. Politics is a good thing. I'm enjoying it, and I believe that we will grow in it. Though it's not as refined as it is in other climes in Nigeria here, but our engagement, our participation, and that's why we're encouraging all and sundry to participate in politics, because you can't run away from it. Almost 90% of decisions, political decisions, affect our lives. So we must pick interest in politics, take a decision to participate in it, because those we elect to be there, it is the decision they make affect us directly or indirectly. And if we are not involved, we don't have the right to complain for whatever decisions those we elected to represent us or to lead us make. So there is need for us to participate. So I think politics is a good thing, and I encourage everybody to participate. And participation varies. There are different levels of participation. You can participate by voting. You can participate by mobilizing. You can participate by sensitizing people. So there are different levels and cadres of participating. You must not be a card-carrying member of a political party like I am, a card-carrying member of the All Progressive Congress. And that reminds me, I'm also a founding member of the All Progressive Congress. I was one of the young persons that make input to the Constitution and the manifestos of the APC for it to be youth-friendly, for it to be marketable to the young people. And you will agree with me that the 2015 general election, young people were behind the success of APC in installing the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari. And we are not regretting it today. Benue politics is not to an appreciable level for now. And I believe that that's why I'm talking about participation. There is need for us to engage to participate so that our participation will be able to throw up leaders that will do the needful, leader that will represent us well, leaders that will take us to the next level. Because when you talk of politics, you are talking of the benefit of democracy, the benefit of the dividend of democracy, good governance. But as it is today, I think Benue is far behind. We are lagging behind in so many areas in terms of governance in the state. So if you look at the Benue state politics, it's not something that is attractive, given what is obtainable in the state today as a result of its backwardness, as a result of the visionless leaders that we have leading us today in the state. It's not to write home about. It's not to an appreciable level yet. But me and you, we as citizens of the state can engage and take it to the next level by constructively engaging in politics and participating, in the decisions, that throw up our leaders. One of the states at envy today is Lagos, though you cannot compare Lagos and Abuja in terms of economic resources. But one thing that can be compared is the fact that Lagos State have demonstrated that they believe in capacity, they believe in credibility. If you look at those that have been leading or ruling Lagos State today, you see that they have the capacity to move the state forward. But in Benue, my home state, one of the things that have set us back is the fact that we are so blinded by our ethnic sentiment, so much so that we jettison credibility, we jettison capacity, we jettison all the qualities that a leader needs, to be thrown up, by electing mediocre. So my advice to the people of Benue State is to begin as we, go into 2023, because the politics has begun. 2023 to some politicians is just around the corner. So what I think the people of Benue State should do is to begin to look at who has the capacity, who has what it takes to move Benue State forward from where it is. I have interacted with a lot of Benue sons and daughters, and one thing is very clear. We are on the same page on one thing, is the fact that Benue has not moved forward. Those that have been in Benue since the 1970s, since the days of Aparaku, will agree with me that nothing much has been done in the state, given the enormous resources that have come into the state, given the huge resources that have accrued to the state. Nothing has been, nothing much has been done in terms of development, in terms of bettering the living standard of the people, in terms of education, in terms of agriculture. Just name them. Nothing much has been done. So my advice to Benue people, to citizens of Benue State, is to begin to look for, qualities, capacity, credibility in our sons and daughters that will indicate interest to pilot the affairs, of Benue State as we go into 23, and not to allow sentiment, to decide who they vote for, not to allow sentiment to throw up leaders that will not take us anywhere like we are having today in the case of Otom. If we begin to look at our elders, then I can assure you that we will not move forward, because in my own opinion, some of our leaders have failed the younger generation. They've not been able to, to move the zone forward, to move it to the next level where we ought to be. If you look at our zone, the Zone C particularly, it's mostly an agrarian community, an agrarian society, that there are so much potentials there if we are able to harness our, come together and have a unity of purpose. If we are able to come together, we wouldn't be where we are today. And this is as a result of failure on the part of the leaders, our elders, the so-called leaders you are talking about, is as a result of their failure. So if the younger ones are looking up to them to set the pace for them, to set the agenda for them, I think we will get it right. But what we need to do as young people is to begin to conscientize ourselves, to begin to sensitize ourselves. We have the capacity to do it, even though, yes, we need the elders, because a saying say that if you forget your yesterday, you won't know where you are today. And if you don't take account of where you are today, you will not move forward. So the elder are still needed. We still need them, to learn from their experience, to learn from their mistakes, so that we will avoid their mistakes, take the good experience of theirs, and apply it so that we can move the zone forward. So what I'm saying in a nutshell is that the young people really need to come together to sensitize themselves and agree on an agenda, so that we begin to drive that agenda by way of dictating the narrative politically in our zone. You go to today, which is the headquarters of the Idoma, you find out that there are certain places that if you are a PDP supporter, you don't go there. If you are an APC supporter, you don't go there. If you are an ABGA supporter, you don't eat in certain restaurants. You patronize, those that are of the same page with you. And I think that is not helping us, because politics is seasonal. It's something that will come. And after politics, when leaders are thrown up, they are not there to represent members of APC or members of PDP or members of ABGA or any other political party that they represent. They are there to represent the people of the zone, the people of that senatorial district, or the people of that local government, or the people of that federal constituency. Irrespective of their party affiliation, they are there to represent them. So the idea, the divisive politics that our leaders have engendered in the heart of our people is not good. We need to come together, and that is why I'm talking about sensitization.